Very good afternoon, everyone. This is for all the legal students, the students who are pursuing law, or the students in general. They are a little curious about knowing certain terms which are usually used in regular practice. In other words, okay, legal terms that you should be clear with. If in case you are a law student, of course, if you're not a law student, also you can definitely have a knowledge of this because these terms are many a times students get confused. That is the reason. It's just a normal formal thing. Welcome to Bricks Academy. We provide coaching for company secretary course, which is mostly 90% of company secretary course is basically law. And we do provide coaching classes for CACMA as a part of company secretary students basics. I'm recording this. Okay, this can be used by any other law student who has got a little confusion, or a general person also. So make sure this particular 5 minutes video would help you to have a clarity. Okay, especially in English. The first important thing is many times we hear the term called lawyer. Who's called lawyer? Lawyer is basically a person who is qualified LLB. In a simple, typical Indian English, if you want me to use, a legal professional who's qualified LLB. That's it. That means he can't represent cases. He's just a qualified person. He's just a qualified person, right? He's a legal professional, qualified person. So now the question comes, sir, can he take up the cases in the court? No, maybe he will take up the cases in the court in a different name. Okay, I'll tell you now. So lawyer is a person, basically, the person who has got law qualification. All right. The next important thing is who's an advocate. Advocate is a professionally qualified legal person who represents and accepts or takes up cases in the court. So two very key important points if you want to call somebody as an advocate. Number one, he's qualified, that is law qualified, and he can practice in court of law. He can take up the cases in court of law, and is a member of Bar Council of India. So the moment you're qualified, you might be a lawyer, but unless and until you become a Bar Council member, you may not be called as an advocate. That means being an advocate, you represent cases in the court. You handle cases in the court. All right. The next important thing, you also have a term called senior advocate. Senior advocate. Okay, so these questions also very often my students keep asking. So, like, what is the difference between this advocate, lawyer, what sir? So I thought, okay, let me record this lecture. Who is a senior advocate? The one who handles cases in High Court and Supreme Court. Simply speaking, is a senior lawyer or senior advocate. Senior advocate in the sense he is the one who's actually handling cases in High Court or Supreme Court. I'm telling you not in a subjective context. I'm telling you in a normal context. When we hear these people, what do we understand about them? We need to understand that a senior advocate is a person who must have got 5 years or 10 years of experience, 5 to 10 years of experience in law field, and he handles cases. He handles cases in High Court or Supreme Court. So advocate represents cases in the court, Bar Council member. He becomes a senior advocate when the moment he has got little experience, minimum 5 years, and he handles cases in High Court or Supreme Court. Then we also have somebody called, so advocate name only, we've got so many terms. You have to be very clear. If you're a general student, if you're not clear about this, it's okay. But if you're a law student, you just started learning, especially company secretary course or CA or CMA or general, you just got admitted into law graduation first year. So you must know these things, general knowledge, right? So sometimes being a law student, being a legal student, if I don't have this knowledge, people definitely think different, right? At least we would be able to help others to understand that this is the meaning of so and so. So advocate represents the cases in the court and he is a Bar Council member. Senior advocate represents the cases in Supreme Court or High Court. Advocate on record means the one who can file a case in Supreme Court. That means if you want to take up your case to Supreme Court, there should be somebody who has to file a case in Supreme Court. So to file or register case in Supreme Court, you need somebody is actually called as advocate on record. He or she will be registered in Supreme Court. He is called advocate on record. We also call them as AOR. All right. Next one. So who's an advocate general? So suppose at the moment you hear the word advocate, we're always talking about somebody who's handling the cases. Advocate normally handles the cases. Senior advocate normally handles the cases in High Court or Supreme Court. Advocate on record, the advocate through which we file cases in Supreme Court. Oh, awesome. Next one. Who is an advocate general? He is the one who handles the cases, represents state government. And we also call him as first law officer of the state. Is normally appointed by governor. That means if in case government, state government like we have Karnataka government or any government, if state government has any disputes to be represented in the case, who will actually represent on behalf of the state government? Advocate general, who is basically appointed by governor. All right, then we have some, so advocate, senior advocate, advocate on record, advocate general. See, so many people. Yes. Who's an attorney general? The moment you hear the word attorney general, just like, see here, is a chief legal advisor for Government of India. Chief legal, when we use the word attorney, is basically chief legal advisor and also an advocate who represents cases in Supreme Court. So I see the fifth one, what did I say? Advocate general represents cases in state government. All right. And attorney general represents cases in Supreme Court. Is normally, so advocate general is appointed by governor of the state concerned. Attorney general is representing cases in Supreme Court. Representing cases in Supreme Court is basically, I mean, from the central government of India, we can say is obviously appointed by President of India. So at the state level, we've got advocate general who represents government case. At the central level, we've got attorney general. Advocate general at the state level, attorney general at the central level to represent cases. So advocate general represents cases on behalf of state government, whereas attorney general represents cases generally in Supreme Court from the central government side. Yes. Then we have another term called solicitor. Solicitor general. Solicitor means the person who actually advises clients. I mean, when you have a legal litigation, so you need some consultancy. Basically, you do not know what to do, how to proceed, whether case to be filed, complaint is to be given, what kind of documents we need to do. So drafting of the documents, advising clients on legal matters. So first of all, before you file a case, just like that, you can't file a case. You should know first what is the legal element in it. So solicitor is a person who advises clients and helps him in drafting documents, also appoints an advocate to represent their case. So when we talk about solicitor, he's basically an advisor to you. He tells you what kind of documentation you need to do. He also arranges an advocate for you to go and handle the case in the court. Usually in our general language, we keep using the word lawyer, advocate, etc., etc. That's a different story. But being a legal student or law pursuing student, you must have this. I hope that was clear. Now, next we have somebody called solicitor general. So solicitor is the one who advises the clients. Solicitor general is the one who advises central government. And he's also assisting attorney general. Who's attorney general? Attorney general means what I said. See here, attorney general means the one who represents cases before Supreme Court. So solicitor general is the advisor to government and he also assists attorney general. Yes. Next one, who's a public prosecutor? Normally, when most of the criminal cases, if you see Criminal Procedure Code or Indian Penal Code anywhere, when a crime is committed, it is actually committed against the government, against the state. Understood? So in criminal cases, the one who represents government, state in the sense government, the one who represents government in courts of criminal cases is a public prosecutor. The word public prosecutor is normally used for the person who handles cases of criminal in nature on behalf of government. So government pleader is there for civil cases. So public prosecutor opposite. So public prosecutor is basically a person who handles criminal cases in the court on behalf of government, and government pleader is basically a person who handles the cases civil in nature. Yes, these are the basic things you need to understand, please. I keep giving you because when I teach in the class, there are a lot of students who are actually getting confused about basic terms. So I keep giving you, please subscribe this channel so that any new video related to your profession, I'm not going to talk about any other profession related to your topic. If you want to know more and more information, basics, please do subscribe this channel and you keep it. Once again, before I close, let me revise this. Who's a lawyer? The one who's qualified. Who's an advocate? The one who takes up the cases and represents. He's a bar council member. Who's a senior advocate? The one who handles cases in High Court and Supreme Court. Who's advocate on record? The one who helps you in filing a case in Supreme Court. Oh. Advocate General is a person who represents cases from state government. Attorney General is a person who represents cases from government, central government in Supreme Court. And who's called solicitor? The one who advises clients about the legal matters, what to do, what not to do, how to proceed, and also helps in drafting the documents to you, and also helps in you providing advocate to handle the cases in the court. So he is not going to handle the cases. He might be, if he wants to, that's a different story. But the term I'm trying to define, Solicitor General is basically a person who assists Attorney General and he advises government. So the moment when we use the word solicitor, we're actually talking about advising on legal matters. When state government side criminal cases are handled, public prosecutor, and civil cases are handled, that is government pleader. So wherever you want to write something, just take a pause at all. I'll again show you if in case you want to write so that you'll have a clarity. Yes, you can write. Press the pause button and write. This one also you can write. All right. This one also you can write. And write this one. Press the pause button and write later. Yes. Next, again, press the pause button over here and write. And write this one as well. Yes. And make a note of our number, Briggs Academy from Bangalore. We provide company secretary classes online, offline, and CA classes online, offline, and CMA classes online. We are a small academy. We focus on limited batch size. We don't go beyond 30-40 students. Please do subscribe. And our students especially, please do subscribe. All the basics related to legal terms, I will be posting hereafter. Have a good day. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.